Vivendo da settembre con due coinquilini egiziani, mi sono interessato molto alla loro cultura, soprattutto per il Ramadan, festività annuale considerata uno dei 5 pilastri dell'Islam, dove il digiuno è un precetto religioso per i musulmani adulti. Così ho deciso di volerne sapere di più.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Muhammad Sulaiman. I'm from Egypt, Cairo, Egypt. I study product interior design here in Accademia Italiana in Florence. I'm 22 years old. My hobbies are music, some sports, soccer and basketball mainly, snooker as well. I love cars. That's why I'm studying product design. Want to be a car designer. And yeah, this is my first year here in Florence so far. I'm enjoying it, and that's it.
Please introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Amir Akrab. I'm 20 years old. I'm Egyptian. I'm studying now in Accademia Italiana. For my hobbies, it's just not a hobby so much. It's a hobby and like it's a professional career. I was a professional footballer in Egypt and in Germany, so that's it.
Tell me what is Ramadan.
Ramadan is a holy month for Muslims all around the world. It happens annually, only 1 month in a year, and every year I mean, and the whole point behind it is to give back to the poor who don't get to eat a lot. Like they don't get their 3 meals a day. They don't have these privileges. They don't have these luxuries that other people do, and it's very spiritual, and it lets you connect with your inner soul and with God, and just find your grounds. So how it works is you fast from early, like from dusk to dawn. Basically, in Egypt we fast from 3 a.m. to 7 p.m. and it varies from every other time zone. But like in Egypt, it's from 3 to 7, and then you break fast and at 7, and that's it.
What is the objective behind Ramadan?
Yeah, the main thing about around it is just like you feel how poor people suffer because they can't find like food for sure for like 5 or 6 meals a day. They don't have this privilege at all. It's a thing that closes the gap between the rich and the poor. So you like we all like a unity. You just need to for us to like feel each other more. It will be like perfect for the greater good. It's just for the greater good.
Who can practice Ramadan?
Anyone can practice Ramadan, but the point of Ramadan is it only counts when you hit puberty. So once you've hit puberty, then you can start fasting the entire period. Families back in Cairo, from what I know, from what I've seen, tend to teach their younger ones to how to fast before they hit puberty. So most of them would let their sons and daughters fast half the time period normal people, like adults fast, just to get them into the whole process, and that once they reach puberty, once they hit puberty, they could then be able to fast the entire time period. But anybody around the world doesn't really matter what religion you practice.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really matter. It's something that cleanses. It's kind of like a detox. It's a ritual.
How does prayer work in Ramadan?
It's the same. It's always the same. It's just like 5 prayers in different times in the day. It's the same in like in the year. It's the same in Ramadan. It's the same everywhere, but it changes a little bit. In Ramadan you have another one, but it's not obligatory. You can choose to do it or you can skip it if you want. It's Salat al-Tarawih. It's like late at night after the 5 prayers. So you can just do it, or you're too young, too old, you're sick, you have other stuff to do, because this prayer varies from like half an hour to an hour, so you can just do like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I don't know, if you have time you can do it, if you don't you just like you can skip it. Also in like the Middle East or all over the world, it just like changes for the time difference between the countries. It's just like the time of the prayers does change a little bit.
Why do you choose to practice Ramadan?
For me, it's I was raised up into it, where my family they didn't force me, but they kind of encouraged me to do it. For me, it felt like it was a marathon, you know, where you run for like I don't know, like 10 kilometers or something, 10-kilometer run or something, and it's just that push, you know. It's very, by the end of the month you feel like you've done something very victorious, something very you know, honorable, and that's why I got into it. I felt like I'm doing myself something good, and also other people as well. I smoke, and I feel like that's something bad. But when I do Ramadan, I feel like I cut myself from smoking for a long period, and it makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a lot of like, cause I'm not smoking for for the entirety of half a day. A lot of things like anger and stuff like that tries to get over me, but I try as much as I can to keep my composure and not do that. That's why I feel like Ramadan was mandatory for me. It was something I needed in my life. Yeah.
How is Ramadan practiced across the Arab countries?
Oh, it's the same. It's the same actually. Like you have to fast from like the sunrises to the sunsets, and you do like the 5 prayers. You have the same prayer. If it's not mandatory, you can do it if you want to. It's the same thing. It's like literally the same thing, but it just like changes for the time difference, and that's it. And like some countries have different, for sure, like cultures, so it can changes for like a thing or two, but the main goal, the main thing, the same idea. It's the same for everywhere, in Middle East or all over the world.
How does Ramadan affect you?
Well, it affects me personally in many ways. Of course, it's very tough because I get to, well, in summer I like to work a lot, and I do that, and Ramadan in Cairo is mostly in summer. So with the heat, and Egypt is pretty hot. So in summer, I mean, but in the heat, and you get to work, and you're fasting, and you can see like all these tempting products, like and all these tempting things that get you kind of like needing to drink or needing to eat, stuff like that, advertising. It's pretty hard, but for me, I think it affects me positively. Like I get to do something for the greater good, or I feel like I've done a deed, and I get to see where like I give a lot, and there are a lot of participating events where you go on the streets and you pass dates and dates, like I mean the food and stuff like that, and you also get to participate in a lot of what's it called, charity events. So yeah, it's for me, I think it affects me very positively. Yeah, I always feel very happy and humble, and this harmonious vibe that spreads across the country and across the world, even, like in my point of view. It's a nice thing.
How does Ramadan affect you?
Actually, it have like a positive influence for me. It's just like you feel you did something. You have like it's not goal, but it's just, I think that makes us more, you know, to connect with each other. It's just if the poor can't find food, and like the wealthy people that can like give them some, like, I don't know, like care or money, or however it goes, but they won't do it if they don't know how the poor people suffers first. So yeah, so that's it.